If you had asked me, a few months ago, would you be sitting here in Annapolis talking about military sexual assault, not just as a commander, but as a survivor, that wouldn't have been in the cards. But you know what? Sometimes life puts you in certain circumstances that you got to step up and lead. And I didn't expect to be doing this. I didn't really expect to share what I shared about a month ago. It wasn't a secret to the people who know me and love me that I was a survivor of military sexual assault. But I never really shared it publicly, and especially as a United States Senator. So previously, often when I get introduced, I'm defined as an Air Force Academy graduate. I'm defined as a Warthog pilot and all the opportunities that I had to serve. And now, I'm also coming and speaking to you, not just as someone who's been through all that, somebody who's led men and women in combat, somebody who has very strong passions and feelings about how we need to root out sexual assault in our military and at our universities, but also as somebody who's been through it as a survivor. I've been asked a lot since then, why did I share that? I want to let you know that we had a hearing on a Wednesday, and I decided on a Monday night. As I flew into D.C. from Arizona, I looked at the hearing schedule, I looked at we were talking about sexual assault, I looked that we were going to have some survivors there. Within the military, we're having a rigorous policy debate about whether commanders should still retain responsibilities for the decision-making related to sexual assault. I strongly believe they need to. So I have those perspectives. I was going to share those perspectives, but I just really felt that with victims there on the panel and my perspective coming not just being as a commander but as a survivor, that I just needed to share that in order to sort of complete the perspectives that I have, from the fullness of everything that I've been through. And so I decided that on a Monday night for Wednesday that I would just share my heart. I'm asked a lot since then, why did you do that? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is that I was hoping to also be an inspiration to some people who have been through this, maybe, provide them a little bit of hope. You probably know these numbers, but according to the CDC, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have been through some element of sexual assault or sexual violence in their lifetime. Think about that. I remember when I first arrived at the Air Force Academy and they would say things like, look to your left and look to your right, one of you is not going to be here at graduation. Well, here we are in a large group of people in an auditorium. If you guys look to your left and look to your right, 1 in 3 women here probably have actually been through this, and 1 in 4 men. That's a little uncomfortable to think about. Many of you probably have. Maybe you haven't even talked about it to anybody. Whoever has probably didn't report it, most likely. This is a dynamic going on in our society. It's very prevalent. There's so many people that have been victims of sexual abuse and sexual assault in their lives. Sometimes they're able to completely heal and be whole. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes it holds them back for the rest of their lives. Sometimes they cannot get out of the abyss from having suffered from those crimes. Sometimes people end up taking their own lives after suffering for years. It's all around us. And so I just thought, in many ways, as I talk to people about this issue, sometimes people, they have stereotypes as far as like who's a survivor, who's been through this, what do they even look like. And so I felt like it was important for them to see someone like me has been through this. Because really it's hidden in plain sight all around our military, all around our universities, all around our society, all around our neighborhood, within our families. And so I felt like, maybe as a public figure, in the opportunities that I've been given in my life, maybe I could provide some hope. Maybe I could shine a little flashlight to give some hope for people to get out of bed this morning.